What's up and welcome to the /11, where you get the lowdown on the latest and greatest big screen bloodbaths. I'm your host, Rashad Cunningham, the brother who gushes for the good, the bad, and the most gory cinematic or streamed horror story. And today I'm going to be talking about Until Dawn. Now, Until Dawn is really fucking cool to me, just because it's based off of the video game Until Dawn, which was a 2015 PlayStation game by Supermassive Games. It's set up as a survival game where the backstory is about a group of teenagers on Mount Washington. Of course, the Washington kids, Beth, Hannah, and Josh, are all throwing this party on the lodge. Josh is asleep, passed out. Beth finds out later that they played this cruel prank on Hannah.
It was just a prank, Han. What did you do?
Just messing around, Beth. It wasn't serious.
You jerks!
Hannah stupidly decides to run into a snowstorm, and ultimately she gets her and her sister Beth killed. So the next year, their brother Josh decides to bring the same group back to the cabin as like a, let's, bond and remember my sisters type of thing.
I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together.
Josh has set up a plan of revenge where he pretends to be a serial killer.
Josh.
Josh!
But the real danger is a bunch of wendigos, monsters that are created from people who resort to cannibalism.
The wendigo represents extreme hunger, extreme want.
Wendigos are fucking terrifying. I will say in the movie, the portrayal of wendigos was a little bit more realistic and more like these were definitely more humanoid wendigos. In the video game, however, these are like grotesque, elongated limbed creatures. Until Dawn, the video game, is definitely a good time. And then the movie, for me, I would say is just as much of a good time. Now, if you're... And this is what I hate. People seem to think that if you adapt a video game into a movie, it has to be copy-paste, scenario for scenario.
Reload.
There's something coming up on you.
And that's so stupid. I don't understand what fans' problems are to where they really think like, okay, the only way to adapt a video game for film is basically if you Disney live action the movie. You can't just like Lilo and Stitch and Lion King everything that was a video game. It doesn't work. Legend of Zelda maybe works for that type of thing. Until Dawn...
It doesn't work! It never worked!
What this film does, however, it gives us new characters, a completely new setting, new scenario, and it actually takes the crux of Until Dawn and kind of plays with it. This movie is actually higher rated than a lot of people probably would, so first things first, I'm going to give this movie a good solid 3 slashes. Not just because, it's not going to be a 4, it's not like it's elevated horror or anything.
What the fuck?
It's definitely a solid 3, like this is a fun movie, it's got great practical effects, I had so much fun with it, like the deaths are unexpected because even though there's only 6 characters in this film, well 7 if you count Peter Stormare.
You don't survive by sitting still, Miss Clover.
Now, Peter Stormare is the doctor in Until Dawn. He is Josh Washington's doctor.
Well, we seem to be out of time for this session. But we'll talk again very soon. Okay?
He's just sus, like, from Jump Street.
You're a sick fuck!
And he's still playing the same character, like Peter Stormare is still playing Dr. Hill in the movie. And we actually see Josh Washington's file, but it's not, it's actually PlayStation Rami Malek. It's not like actual Rami Malek, so I think that's funny. There's only so many ways these people can die, but the ways they go out are so unexpected. What the fuck else is gonna pop out or affect these kids? Like, for example, the bathroom scene. That whole scene was absolutely wild. I thought everything was just gonna be monsters and creatures. The bathroom scene took me the fuck out.
Holy
The funny thing is, the first thing that kills this group is the serial killer that Josh Washington dresses up as in the Until Dawn video game. It's really, really fucking sick. Like, this movie is so faithful, and this feels so relatable. How many times did you watch certain scenes and just picture the PlayStation options pop up? Like when Clover is about to grab the knife. How many of y'all just saw grab the knife or just don't move, and Clover chooses to grab the knife, but ultimately she fucks up Megan because Megan's the one that gets killed? Dude, if you rewatch this movie with the PlayStation mindset of Until Dawn, yeah, this movie's really good. And on top of that, I must say, out of all the characters in the movie, they was fucking Megan up. They would not let my boo live, literally. Throwing Megan into walls, bashing her into the floor. Megan was getting fucked up more than anybody else. Like, everybody else had, like, so much energy sometimes after they had gotten killed. Like, and here goes Megan. She's like, no, give me 5 minutes. Like, Megan was, like, taking some shit, dude. Honestly, she's like my favorite character in this movie, and I totally believe she's psychic.
You know, the whole psychic thing and you getting a signal or whatever? Totally believe you now.
I love this group of friends in horror just because, like, these feel like actual friends, even though Abe is not 100% a part of the friend group.
6 months ago, there was a guy just like you. And 3 months before that, there was a girl just like you.
Julia.
They understand that, like, we go through tough shit together. This is what friends do. So they're not so quick to turn on each other in this film. Abe is kind of like the secondary antagonist in this film sometimes because he's very selfish and he's just like, dude, like, why are we not self-preservation?
Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for us?
No.
Okay, go home.
Meanwhile, everyone's like, we're friends. Like, what are we supposed to do? Just like leave everybody? Meanwhile, Abe's like, yeah, my car is right here.
This is a trap, just like everything else here.
Actually, I think it's a pretty good idea.
Abe, just shut the fuck up, okay?
Know your place, bitch.
Belmont, how do you say his name? Belmont Cameli. Apparently, he is Jesse Spano's kid on the Saved by the Bell reboot show.
Hey, babe, guess what? I finally found something I'm the best at. Competitive eating.
Which is like, I guess like all of, you know, the Saved by the Bell kids' kids going to Bayside High. I didn't even watch that show. I told myself I would, because surprisingly enough, I actually did like Saved by the Bell growing up, even though Zach Morris is utter fucking trash.
Boy, I'm good. Almost believe that speech myself.
So Odessa Azion, Adlon, because if you look at her, like, clearly she's an Adlon. Like, look at Gideon Adlon and look at Pamela Adlon.
You may not know my face, but you'll certainly know my voice as...
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Dude, like, you're an Adlon, but her stage name is Odessa Azion, so I'll respect it. And she was Riley in the recent Hellraiser film, one of the worst final girls that I've ever seen in modern day. The first recognizable face in this film is Michael Cimino, who is the titular Victor on Love, Victor. I have literally not watched one episode, but I did love the movie Love, Simon, so eventually I'll watch Love, Victor. But I don't know, I don't get into shows when everybody else is watching them. It's kind of like I get into shows like 10 years later after they've been canceled, so I don't know, I'll get there at some point. Then we also have our lead, Ella Rubin, who was just in the brand new Fear Street, which totally sucked. Like, girl, thank God she was in Until Dawn, because this is a good movie.
The shade of it all.
I can't say she's a nothing final girl. It's just like sometimes she was written a little bit dry for me, and it was just kind of like, you know, she could have been written with just a tad bit more oomph.
What?
Some of the dialogue was just kind of whack at times. Like, for example, how many times was Michael Cimino's character Max gonna say, hey asshole, or call somebody an asshole? Like, it's just so weak. Like, dude, in 2025, with every word you can get away with now, like, hey asshole, hey asshole, asshole. Like, dude, call somebody something else. Like, you could call somebody a pussy, you can call somebody a bitch or something, like, but he's just like, hey asshole. Like, it was just like, dude, just stop it. Like, and I get, like, his character is kind of a wet blanket. He's Clover's ex. She, I guess, broke up with him because he was very smothering, or he quote unquote broke up with her. Yeah, right. But yeah, like, he's kind of a wussy. I can't let you know. Of all the characters in this movie, I feel like Max was the corniest. Fuck you, asshole! Max is the corniest. I love Megan. The character of Nina isn't 100% my favorite, but I do love the fact that she does have such a loyalty to her friends, and I appreciate that.
We stick together.
My nigga. Sometimes in these scenarios, you do have a lot of, like, everybody turns against each other, everybody's a treacherous bastard, you know, like, there's no loyalty, and I get sometimes that makes for an interesting story. For example, in Abigail, nobody's really on the same team. In this one, it's kind of like, okay, these are all friends, and they give a damn enough to not want to quit and ponder and whine. They actually want to survive, and the ending is pretty solid, I'll say. And I also do love the confrontation with Ella Rubin and Peter Stormare.
You have been an intriguing patient, Clover.
And that has been my review of Until Dawn. I'd love to thank you guys for joining me and watching the /11. And be sure to like this video on YouTube. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the /Brother channel, I would totally love it if you did. I've got a whole bunch of fun stuff coming. And also, my playlist of stab credits is ever growing, as we all know. And until it is time to slay another day, I'll slash y'all later.